sweet son, a caring brother, and the cousin everyone adored. Then one night, he disappeared, and soon his loved ones learned that Conrad had kept a devastating secret. He had a confidant, and authorities were now questioning if she did much more than lend a sympathetic ear. Here's Andrea Canning with Reckless.
It began as a chance encounter between two teens on vacation.
She was a family friend that he met in Florida.
And ended 2 years later with one of them dead.
He was smiling before he left the house. Our nephew was dead a few hours after.
An apparent suicide.
He didn't seem like he was in any imminent danger.
No, not at all.
But there was danger from something teens do all the time, texting. Their cyber romance hit a nerve, gripping the nation. And the people involved in the case gave us the inside story. The detectives who investigated the case, they're watching her.
Yes, and it just keeps getting worse.
A grieving father.
I feel like I can fix a lot of things, but I just couldn't fix my son.
And distraught family members who feel betrayed.
I kind of just said no.
Hi, this is Conrad Henry Roy III.
Our story starts with Conrad. His mother, Lynn Roy, says he was an easy child. What kind of kid was he?
Definitely sensitive. Never gave me a hard time with anything. Did well in school, had friends who loved baseball.
Conrad was her firstborn. 2 daughters would come later. Looking back, she remembers his early years as good ones.
Every picture I have of him, he looks like a little goofball. The happiest child. He was always happy.
Conrad grew up in and around the old fishing town of New Bedford, Massachusetts, where his father and grandfather run a tugboat and barge business. His dad said it seemed Conrad was destined to take to the sea from day one.
I think I was like 2 or 3 days old. My dad brought him on the tugboat. I just wanted to have him to follow in my footsteps. I was hoping he'd be able to just take over the business someday.
Not only was Conrad the firstborn in the Roy family, he was also the first grandchild. His aunt, Chrissy Roy, says his cousins adored him.
My youngest, Henry, would follow him around like a duck. He was the cousin that all of the kids looked up to.
But during his sophomore year in high school, his mom says her happy-go-lucky son started to change.
His father and I got divorced, and I don't know one child that doesn't get affected by a divorce.
He was 16
Yeah.
at the time.
And it's, going through the hormones, and he obviously had anxiety and depression. It just manifested at that time.
He talked about it in this video diary.
I feel like I'm differently wired from everyone else. Like there's something wrong with me.
It was at 16, while struggling with anxiety and depression, that Conrad encountered a 15-year-old girl named Michelle Carter. They met, Conrad's grandmother says, when Conrad and his sisters went to Florida to visit family.
And this was just supposed to be some R&R?
Yeah, a week during school vacation. Her grandparents were friends with our great aunt.
And his sister Camden was like, oh, my brother met a girl. And the 3 of them all hung out with her for just a short while.
When they returned from Florida, Conrad and Michelle continued to stay in touch through text messages. Michelle lived in Plainville, Massachusetts, about an hour away from Conrad. The two had a lot in common. She was a softball player. He played baseball. Friends described both of them as quiet and funny. And even though the two communicated regularly, Conrad's Aunt Becky says he never mentioned Michelle.
He had other girlfriends where, you knew their names and you had met them. She was not someone that you talked about.
Apparently, he kept a lot to himself. By the time he was 17, he had checked into psychiatric facilities a few times, suffering from deep depression. His mom says one time, on the day he was discharged, he attempted suicide by swallowing a bottle of cough syrup.
He felt bad. I said, Conrad, you have no idea